What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com. This is where we keep crypto simple. Today, another exciting video. Bitcoin explosion, the latest shocking news. If you guys are new here, join the movement. Hit that subscribe button right now. And everybody, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. It's great to see you. Now, I've gotten several emails from folks that were very upset that they missed our sale. So I believe everybody deserves a second chance. We are launching 24 hours extra for this sale, guys. Take full advantage. Do not miss your second chance. If you've been waiting to get into these classes, this is your moment. It's 1000% the best time to invest in your learning while the market's moving sideways. If you've been in crypto around 1 year, you're going to sign up to this combo class right here. It'll be the very first link right down in the description. The intermediate, advanced, and pro. Right now, save $150. Use promo code CryptoCrew to save that extra $50. I'll link this class right inside the video right here for you. You're gonna sign up to this combo class if you've been in crypto just a few months. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video as well. Save 200. Promo code CryptoCrew, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. We look forward to welcoming you in. This is by far the best time to learn. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Okay, guys. Before we get into this video, we have a lot to share with you. Some good news, some bad news, some shocking news. But first, thank you so much. We have such an incredible community here. All the overwhelming support for our pregnancy and our first child coming very soon. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, a couple things to get to. We have 5 charts to get to in this video. One of them will knock your socks off. It is shocking, so you better be sitting down. And also, towards the end of the video, I'm going to go over our first Halloween experience here in the country of Ecuador. What was that like? Now, we're going to be getting into this chart here, and we're going to be getting into first the good news, the bullish news. There's some very new developments on all of these charts I'm going to show you. And again, we have some really good news, we have some bad news. But let's start with the good news first. As an experienced trader, you have to look at both scenarios. You can't be always, oh, Bitcoin to the moon, to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. You will get destroyed in this market. And if you think the opposite, oh, Bitcoin's always going down, you're going to get destroyed as well. We must look at both scenarios and weigh out which is stronger. So here's the bull case. Look, a lot of things to get to in this chart. First, let's start with price action. Obviously, we've got a big green candle here. Phenomenal to see. We had our short-term double bottom right here with these 2 candles and a move back up to retest our 50-day moving average here on the daily chart. Great to see. I'm more positive about the RSI movement that we see taking place. Looks a little bit messy here. Let's simplify it for you. We have our middle line here. Take a look at that middle line at 46 for the RSI on the daily chart. If you zoom out, that's the most critical level in the entire chart for the RSI. We are holding that as current support. Positive number 1. What's even a bigger positive, if you zoom out here, we have been forming a symmetrical triangle with the RSI for several months. We just broke out of that. You can see that we went right up to our symmetrical triangle, got rejected, we moved back down, held some support, and we went through in a big way. Fantastic to see that in the short term, okay? Fantastic to see that. Also, if you take a look at our stochastic RSI, we are on our way up. We're moving close to the 80 mark. Watch the 80 mark for how we interact with it. Do we hold it as support? That will be phenomenal. If we don't, we're going to be in some trouble in the very short term. But again, we could hold that as support for up to 1 to 2 weeks with movement to the upside. So we have momentum to the upside, albeit we are getting close to the 80, so it's not significant. However, it's still significant in terms of we have several days at least of more momentum to the upside. Now, let's get into this next chart here. We have been forming this descending triangle for many, many months. Recently, we had talked about this straight line consolidation. We had this big red candle because guess what? We met our descending triangle. We got rejected. Again, we came down, we formed our support, our short-term support, and we went to retest this line. Look at these two candles right here, right on our symmetrical triangle. They're indecision candles, and then this one is fantastic to see. We have a nice big green candle holding support right directly on our descending triangle, and we are testing a current problematic level at 6,500, a level that we've discussed a lot here on this channel. Watch that $6,500 level. For the bulls, you want to hold that level as support. That's big step number one for a continued move up. If we hold that as support, we will move up without a doubt. We need to hold 6,500 as support. The biggest test is going to be, can we hold 72, 74 as support? And if we do, that's completely changed this trend that we've been in for 10 months. If you want to see Bitcoin go on a big rally, step number one, hold 65 as support. Step number two, 72, 74 as support. If we do both of those things, then it's going to get pretty exciting. There's going to be some fireworks going off in crypto. All right, let's get to our third chart here. This is a fascinating chart. Again, what we wanted to look at is many, many years of data, okay? This is here. You can find it in this category here. It's called a trend-based Fibonacci extension. We're looking at a massive many years of a trend and seeing how we're interacting with that price action as we see it. So when we zoom in, this is quite fascinating. We reviewed it in a previous video, but one message from this chart that I want to point out to you. Take a look at what is our current big resistance. Big resistance right at 72.35. Okay, this Fibonacci is pinpoint accurate with prices. Again, this long-term trend tells us that 11.6 significant. We had touch points 1, we had touch points 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on a weekly chart here. 7 different candles in a weekly chart held critical support and critical resistance. It's fascinating. The Fibonacci, it's a fascinating tool to use to understand trend reversals. So we held critical resistance here. 10K is going to be a battle for us to get through. We're, in my opinion, many months away from testing that. So current level that we're looking at, 72. If we can hold that as support, that would change the game completely. But I don't expect that to happen. If you've watched my videos, there's just no evidence yet in the charts to dictate us doing that. However, it does look like in the next few months, we're going to test 7,200. So again, we can't get too excited unless we're holding it as support. And we can't get too emotional on the downside unless we're held at resistance at 5,700. Until one of those two things happen, we can't get too emotional about all these fluctuations in crypto, whether it's the daily fluctuations or every few days you're looking at the charts. Can't get too excited unless we're holding 72 as support. You can't get too emotional on the downside unless we're holding 5,700 as resistance. All right. So I can't wait to show you this chart that we are getting very close to getting into. You better be sitting down because it's phenomenal. That is the bullish case, guys. Look, we've had some fantastic signs. We have our candle outside here. We're holding outside of our symmetrical triangle in the RSI. We're testing 65. Our stochastics is pointing upward. We need to see if we have the muscle to hold not only the 50-day moving average as support, but a critical level of 6,500. That's the bullish case. Now, something really important here, guys. I'm going to share with you a summarized review from Will M. You guys know, top-rated crypto classes in the entire industry, perfect 5 stars from 243 students. Will, I'm going to summarize this for you guys. Will watched hundreds of YouTubers before finding me. When he found me, he knew he found exactly what he was looking for and signed up to the 4-class combo. And now Will is really preparing to quit his job and do crypto full time. He says, quote, sooner rather than later. So Will is joining a growing group of students, which makes me so happy that students are really thinking about trying to plan with their families about how to leave their job and do crypto full time after taking my classes. Will, keep up the fantastic work. Keep removing that emotion. Keep focusing on your strategy. Guys, take full advantage of this. An extra 24 hours remaining, only 24 hours. Promo code CryptoCrew, save an extra $50. Combo classes only. You're going to sign up to this combo class right here. If you've been in crypto around 1 year, sign up to that combo class. It'll be the first link in the description. I'll link it for you right here as well. Save $150 right now. If you've been in crypto just a few months, you're going to sign up to this combo class. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. Save $200 right now. If you've been waiting to sign up to these crypto classes, don't let this second chance pass you by. Take full advantage. This is by far the best time to learn while the market is going sideways. I guarantee you will regret it if you do not take up that opportunity to learn. Okay, we're going to get into 2 charts for the bearish case. Again, this is a chart that I've shown you a few months ago. We said, look, these are the 2 most important moving averages. If we zoom out, we're on a 3-day chart here. You know that this 50-day moving average has been the absolute most critical moving average in all of crypto for the past many years. Okay, we held it as support, critical support for years. Now we're holding it as critical resistance. Okay, we just recently broke to the downside through our red moving average, and we said, look, that tells us we have more downside action. What we could be doing right now, and what could be our most critical test of the year, is we're going to come up and test that moving average. We're going to come up and test. What price is that at, Steve? How can we see? Well, it's at right now 65.10. Again, 65. Not only with this chart, but the 3 charts I showed you previously. 65 is our current battle. We need to see if Bitcoin has enough muscle to get through there. Okay, but it looks like we're coming up to test that. It should be resistance on this chart as well as the others. We'll see if we have the muscle to get through. We don't want to see us get rejected from there, and we'll get pushed back down probably to new lows. And we're going to want to watch 6,002. If we start to hold 6,002 as resistance, that's a sign for much more downside to come. We want to continue holding 6,002 as support, okay, if we do get rejected from 6,005. So that's the scenario really simply. Now I want to show you the chart that will knock your socks off, okay? Get ready. You better be sitting down. This is a good one. I showed this one to my students in a bonus video about a month ago. I'm going to show you a different angle today. This is a weekly chart. Again, all my students have free access to Coinigy. You can see every chart that I make. Make sure you have this up while you're watching the video. This is called Steve 4, okay? What I want to show you first is just take a look at these trend lines. We have 2 trend lines on this chart. two trend lines that are fascinating. Trend line number one, present day. Okay, this is a trend line from our big, massive move up towards the end of 2017 to present day. Okay, for 7 months, pay attention, for 7 months, we held that as extreme resistance, this trend line. Extreme resistance, 7 months. Then we broke through that trend line. Fantastic sign. However, we had some straight line consolidation right after breaking that trend line. Okay, this is present day. We're going to pay attention to the volume as well. But first, pay attention to 7 months, breakthrough, consolidation. Okay, we're going to go to the only other bear market that we've had and see what happened there. Well, there we had extreme resistance from this trend line. Okay, back in 2013 to 2014, okay, all the way until 2015. So extreme resistance. How long, you ask Steve? It was 7 months present day. How long was it back in our only other bear market? Well, it was exactly 7 months. Exactly 7 months of rejection from this trend line. Guess what? And then we broke through. Guess what happened right after that? Well, we had straight line consolidation. Look familiar? It's exactly how it's playing out today. We had 7 months rejection. We broke through, straight line consolidation. On top of that, guess what? While we had straight line consolidation after our breakthrough, we have almost no volume. This is back in 2014. Minimum volume. Look familiar? Well, that's our scenario today, guys. We had 7 months rejection, breakthrough to the upside, straight line consolidation, and guess what? Minimal volume. Okay? It gets a little more shocking than that. Already, I know you're thinking to yourself, wow, fascinating. There's one more piece that I'm going to show you that will just, you're going to say, wow. Okay? But a couple more pieces before we get to the wow factor. Just take a look at what happened back here. If this does repeat itself, we're getting close to our downfall. Okay, volume started picking up, but again, we talked about it. We had a lot more red candles, again, on a weekly chart, picking up volume with more red candles. We had our sign that our capitulation candle was coming. Present day, 1 point for the bulls so far is, take a look, guys. We have our green weekly candle here with a little bit of increasing volume. That's great to see. If we can see a couple more weeks of increasing green volume, guess what? We're going to be going up to test that 72, and we're going to want to hold that as support. But if we see some mixed in red candles here with increasing volume, well, we're going to repeat history. Now, let me show you the most shocking part of this. What I want you guys to know is we have this button here called trend angle. What is that, you ask? It's really important. If we have a trend go at, say, for example, 21 degrees, well, it's an uptrend, but it's not powerful. If we had a trend that went 50 degrees up, well, guess what? That's pretty powerful. So trend angle is really important to understand how strong or weak something is, how powerful it is to the downside or powerful to the upside or weak. Trend angles are incredibly important. What I'm about to show you will knock your socks off. Watch this. I'm going to take a trend angle measurement of this, okay? We're simply click on trend angle and we're going to drag it down. So in 2014, we had a 31 degree angle to the downside. Let's take a look at what happened today. Okay, what happened just the past 10 months? We have a 30 degree angle today. It is fascinating, guys. We have compared the 2014 to today, the only other bear market in history to today. It is shockingly identical from so many angles, including the exact trend angle that we have been had in place here. So something to keep in mind, if we repeat history, we are going to have in the next few weeks 3, 4, 5 weeks increasing volume. However, some red volume coming in. If we see that, we know what's going to happen. Okay, if we have green volume, phenomenal. We have a move to the upside. We're going to test 7,002. We want to hold that as support. So I have a couple more things to share with you, including what was Halloween like in Ecuador, a country that maybe you've never been to. So before we get to that, I hope you guys really take a look at both the positive and negatives to all of this and understand what are the pinpoints to look at. To be a high quality, successful trader, you've got to look at both. If you guys know that you're just operating, kind of winging it, and sometimes you win, but most of the time you lose, you have to make a change, guys. Do not continue doing this. And guess what? While we're moving sideways, there is no better opportunity to learn. You will not have a better opportunity to learn than right now, and you're going to regret it if you don't take this opportunity to learn. Top rated crypto classes in the industry, as you guys know. I'm going to summarize, well, we're going to read this review from Mike. This kind of reminds me of MacD, but Mike here says, consider this the single best way to drastically improve your patience, priorities, and profits. Patience, priorities, and profits. Okay, Mike signed up to the classes, made a couple trades once he finished. He was up 29% in one trade and 60% gains in the other. Mike, keep up the great work. Keep removing that emotion and focusing on that powerful strategy. You guys are well aware we extended this for 24 more hours, 24 hours only. Want to give everybody that second chance in life. Here it is. Promo code Crypto Crew, save an extra $50 on all combo classes. You're going to sign up to this combo class if you've been in crypto around 1 year. It'll be the very first link in the description. I'll link it for you here as well inside the video. $150 savings right now. You're going to sign up to this combo class if you've been in crypto just a few months. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right over here. Save $200 with that combo class. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a couple other things here. I already said a special thanks to our community. You guys are so special. You can see how special our community is with all the congratulations on the pregnancy. So it was overwhelming. I loved reading those comments. Thank you so much. I want to announce the $100 Bitcoin winner. If you guys don't know, just this past week, for the first time, anybody that signs up to combo classes, I want to give back even more and do a weekly drawing for a chance to win $100 of Bitcoin. And here we have our first ever winner. Big congratulations to Frederick. Frederick is from Seattle, Washington. And this is what Frederick had to say. He got involved in crypto, probably when a lot of you guys got in, lost, he made some money and then lost a lot, probably similar to a lot of you guys. And he said he decided that if he's going to continue, he needs some investment structure in place. So he signed up to my classes because he liked my methodology to stick to the basics, keep it simple, repeat the process over and over, and see positive results. So Frederick signed up to the classes and I sent him his $100 of Bitcoin. Every week we're going to draw a new person. So hopefully next week will be you. All you need to do to be entered into the drawing is sign up to the combo classes. Now, Halloween in Ecuador. This is a great story. My fiance and I, we've traveled to a lot of countries. We like to give back to the communities. We knew that where we live is the countryside and kids aren't going to come here for Halloween to trick or treat. So we went to the closest big town and we just bought massive amounts of candy, to give back. We also bought a ton of food for the homeless dogs. If you guys have never been to a country like Ecuador, most of the countries in the world have a lot of homeless animals. We're big animal lovers, so we needed to do both for Halloween. So we went to the store, we bought out all the candy, we go outside and we see these little kids. So we say to them in Spanish, hey, come over here, we've got candy. In Ecuador, they give one piece of candy. That's not how I like to do things. So I said to them, take whatever you want. And their face just like lit up. They're like, wow, is he serious? So the kids started taking all this candy. Kids started running from around the corner to us. Kids were coming from the other corner. Kids were coming out of their house. Even parents started coming. Everybody was, I picked my head up. There's 20 people around us. Everybody's getting candy. It was chaos. And after that, I think we ran out of like nearly 75% of our candy. It was phenomenal. Such a good experience. Fed a ton of homeless dogs. But our first Halloween experience in Ecuador, 2 thumbs up. Last but not least, hashtag change lives, guys. I really want this to be something that we focus on as a community. We're building such a powerful community. I want to hear from you. How have your lives been changed just watching these YouTube videos or the classes? However your lives have been changed or impacted by these videos or me, I want to hear about it. We'll pick a comment to read in the next video. Hope you guys also had a beautiful Halloween wherever you were. Shout out to all the parents. I'm so excited about that announcement that I shared with you on the last video. If you missed it, I am going to be a father. Very exciting things happening in my life. A new move, fiance, all these things. So thank you for all your continued support. We're going to be watching these charts like a hawk. We'll be following up on what we see happening. And until then, have a phenomenal day. If you haven't followed already, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now. Everybody, give a thumbs up on this video. I know you enjoyed it. Share this with somebody right now as well so more people can enjoy it. And I appreciate you guys. I will see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the crypto crew.